Hi Kirby, Hydre, Waffle House, yes. Hi Scary, how you doing? Oh shit, god damn it, I forgot, no! Hold on, I'm annoyed! I just realized I forgot to change that part of the title. I changed the day, but I didn't. It's okay. We fixed it. I fixed it. No! Oh my god, it got rid of the word. No, dude, stop. Oh my, can I type? There. No, the title's not Yo, it's or just let it slip. Yo is next. Hold on. Oh my god. I'm not already annoyed. Well, I'm annoyed that I messed that up. That's what I'm annoyed at, because now everyone who joins the stream is gonna be like, the title's wrong. Like, shut the fuck up. I know it's wrong, and I fixed it. Okay.
One touch.
Let me just do this. Hopefully, yes, okay. The title is all good. We're chilling. Okay. Don't expect to be able to play today. Because I don't expect to be able to play any day. But if worst case scenario, I can just play Firework, I guess. Alright. Gameplay for me? Oh my god, bro. I do have to ask you, just make it a goal to have something every single time I stream. Okay. Let's see, the fuck is this? Oh wait, it's the underpants part, never mind. Oh, that's pretty cool. Amazing. What that's a really good ball section. I will say that. This wave is also pretty cool. I like the wave. Although it reminds me too much of Aerial Gleam. Oh my god. That's actually like exactly the wave from Aerial Gleam. The ball gameplay is really good in that, I will say. You have 40%, 25 to 47 on Deception Dive? Oh, nice. Good luck on the hard part of the level, by the way. Alright. Oh, also, hey Connie, how you doing? That was pretty quick. God, my runs are just getting so atrocious for this level. It's funny to look at. This is actually really cursed. It's really cursed. Yeah, maybe play different parts of Verdant. I don't fucking know. You should learn the second, or wait, not the second drop, but the whatever. The 40 something part, I forget what it is. What do you mean? Verdant's a good level. Play it, you fucking bitch! There. That applies to both of you. There you go. If you don't have calluses on your fingers, you're not doing it right. That's all I'm gonna say. I quit Apache because the dual wave just made me rage all the time. I don't know why. I saw the word rage and for a second my brain was about, like, tried to fill it in as age prematurely or something. I don't fucking know. The level's like making you older. God damn. I cannot read. Also, if you loved it, you'd play it every day is a really stupid thing to say. I'm sorry. Because that's just not how this game works. That's not really how anything works, if I'm being real. I mean, just because you love something doesn't mean you can do it literally every day. I mean, sometimes you need a break. Just how it goes, you know? No, I mean, Aerial Gleam is making me age prematurely. Alright, we're working our way up to the 70s. Well, not really. We still have 8 more days before we're at 70 of those, but... Well. I would not recommend Bloodlust as a new hardest. That's just me, personally. I mean, I think it's a great level, and I really love it, but I beat it as a hardest, and it was not not good. So, goddamn, dude, I usually get that run within the first 10 minutes at this point, I would say. Well, not all the time, but I would say like 70% of streams I get that run within the first 10 minutes. It's horrible. Like, this level, I've really had to beat this fucking level into my muscle memory more than anything I've ever played. It's disgusting. Is bro rage baiting? He kind of seemed like he was. What else he's saying? Oh god, yeah, he is kind of just being. Yeah, nah. He's radiating dick energy, I will say. Hey Nebula. I know, yo. It'll be the stream that we do the Kahoot on. It's even better. Yo. Yo's gonna be such a good stream. The pre-drops, no. The pre-drop of Verdant Landscape is hard. It actually is. I don't feel bad about it. Specifically the ball section. I think the ball section in Verdant Landscape at like whatever 10%, I forget where it is. That is really hard. I look like I skateboard. Oh. I guess I'll take that as a compliment. I can assure you I do no form of physical activity. Maybe I should learn how to skateboard. No. I'm not gonna lie, it would actually be cool to know how to skateboard. You know, I would actually try that shit. I would try that. I look like a mix between your two oldest brothers, actually. I think everyone's done a Kahoot in school, bruh. Do I have permission to abuse mod and delete one message from chat even though it's not breaking rules for being cringe? Yeah, sure. I don't, if you're just deleting a message, I really don't give a shit. Your oldest brother's almost 40. God, motherfucking damn! Jesus. Oh, it was that one. Wait, what did you say? Oh, it was that. Oh. Yeah, it's day 148 of me playing this. You got that correct. I think like 95% of all kids ever are accidents. Well, maybe that's a little high. I honestly don't know. I'm actually interested in that statistic now. I won't. Also has it going cable. So it appears I can play okay today, but now I'm getting disabled by the fact that it is cold in my room and my hand is cold, and therefore I cannot. That's so annoying, dude. I fucking hate that shit. Playing with cold hands is actually the worst. Like it actually nerfs you so much. Wait. I was an accident? No, really. In a past life, I was a car. I got into a fight with another car. It was a pretty big accident. Okay. That was indeed utterly hilarious. I'll say sodium. Your room's cold 90% of the time. I mean, I usually prefer my room to be cold over like being like too hot, but when I'm playing a game, I'll take too hot all day just because it doesn't make my muscles slow down with like the response time. Oh, fuck. Winter is coming, bruh. Oh, no. This about to be some Game of Thrones type shit. I'm dead ass. We got no heat in the house that works, bruh. I've already covered this before, but the fucking oven is broken, too. And last winter, we were using the oven to heat the house. But, yeah, that's not an option anymore, so it's actually about to be, like, down deviously, horrendously cold in my house. Dude, I should actually... You can get a thing on your phone that measures temperature, right? Because, like, one of these days I would love to just see how cold it gets in my house during the winter. It's fucking horrible. I am going to be blue during the winter streams, genuinely. If reincarnation is real, I'm convinced that I was a guy named Luke in a past life. Imagine if reincarnation was real, though, actually. I've thought about that shit. The only thing that would make me think it's real is that it's just simply impossible to imagine not having a consciousness. You know what I mean? So, therefore, you must always be, like, conscious in some way. So, like, when you die, it's like, I don't even know, dude. I mean, obviously, I don't, like, actually believe in reincarnation, but sometimes I just think to myself, what the fuck else could happen? Because you can't imagine what it's like to be dead. It's literally impossible. Yeah, I do need to switch back to Christmas PFP soon. There probably was a reincarnation conversation during audit. I don't fucking know. Maybe. I don't remember. I honestly don't remember hardly anything that happened during auditory. It's actually the point where I'd probably be entertained rewatching the video because I would have forgot. I think I've literally forgotten like everything from the auditory video. So I guess I can also entertain myself with videos that I've made. That sounds egotistical. It probably would be entertaining though. If reincarnation does exist, why don't we remember our past lives? See, yeah, I don't know. Because I guess that's the whole premise of it, right? You can't disprove it if you can't remember. Like if the part of the theory is that you don't remember your past life, then there's no way to disprove it. So like I could just say like everything is a simulation, and I mean it is possible, like there is a non-zero chance that everything is a simulation because you can't really disprove it. So because if we're in a simulation, how would you prove that we are in a simulation? It's like you can just say anything, and if there's not a way to disprove it, I tried building to a song I don't usually build to, and you should watch it like right now. Then I'll be done. No more DM checking. Maybe it's time for some of my weakest gameplay though. Okay, yeah, sure. I'll look at it, and then we done because I do need to focus on aerial clean. It's okay. Goes a little too off screen. That's a cool wave. It just goes too off screen in some areas. That's really about it. Everything else is okay. I mean, hold on. I think that's fine. Yeah, it just goes too far down. Like, I don't like gameplay that does this. I feel like that both looks ugly and it's also just, you know. But other than that, I mean, it looks fine. If you just make it on screen, it would honestly be fine. Like, this duel's also a little bit funny, but I mean, it could be okay if you structure it. I don't know. Okay. Here's the problem with simulation theory. It doesn't fucking answer anything. Okay, let's say I wake up from the simulation. Okay, so I'm in the real world. I still don't know what happens if I die. What do you mean? Like, it doesn't mean anything? Okay, you're in a simulation. What does that change about your understanding of the Earth or biology or literally fucking anything? Well, it doesn't, but you also just can't prove that it isn't the case that we are. like that's what's so dumb about it though. Like, you still can't disprove it. It doesn't matter if it actually explains anything or not. Furthermore, it's impossible to also disprove that we are in like nested within so many other simulations. Like, what if we're in a simulation within a simulation within a you know what I mean? I don't think that, like, there's nothing you can really do to disprove it. That's the part that's just so stupid about it. Just a theory. Could you ask people who died for approximately 30 seconds what they saw? I mean, it depends if they remember it. I know some people remember it. I mean, actually, my dad's one of those people because he tried to do the goofy when he was 17 and he ended up in the hospital, and he did actually die for like a certain amount of time technically, and he said that he has told me that he saw stuff, but he's never told me what it was. The only thing is, what you see when you're dying, like, that's not the same, because while yes, your heart may not be beating and you may be medically dead, your brain cells are still like in the process of dying. Like, they're not completely dead yet. Okay? So, and since that's the case, most of what you see in a near-death experience is just the result of really intense chemical reactions happening in your brain. Like, a small amount of I think a small amount of DMT is actually released when you die, I believe. Or during a near-death experience, I'm pretty sure. Like, your brain will naturally release, I think, isn't it like dimethyltryptamine, I think is what it's called? I forget what the chemical name is, but either way, the shit that makes you trip fucking balls, yes, your brain naturally releases that when you die, or you experience a near-death experience. What does do the goofy mean here? Unalive! My theory, every single person is dead. You know how when you die, it says your life replays in your head? Yeah, we're the replays, bitch. Bada bing, bada boom. Oh, yeah, I guess that's also... Wait, are you saying, like... Wait, so you're saying that everyone's experiencing their life flashing before their eyes? Although, wait, but if that's the case, then only... If that's the case, then none of you are... Wait, no. Or wait, are you saying, like... Well, okay. I guess? I don't know how that's supposed to work though, because like when they say your life flashes before your eyes, it doesn't really mean like you're reliving every single fucking thing. Maybe it does. I don't fucking know. I don't know. When I'm in my 50s, I will be dead. No. Hopefully not. To die would be to simply stop functioning as a human being. If you're resurrected past true death, you would basically be a thoughtless husk, unable to do anything. You would basically be a potato. Yeah. The question is what happens to our consciousness? Yeah, that's the thing. Which is impossible to answer as we still don't know what exactly makes... Yes, true. I mean, I suppose your consciousness would just cease to exist. Because your consciousness is kind of... Shit, you know what? I forget. There's a certain word for this. It's actually, it's in the fucking Vsauce video, where he questions if chairs are real or not, and he's talking about all these different philosophical ideas, like different ways of thinking of things existing. And I forget what one of them is, but it's basically saying, like, if you take a certain number of things and combine them together, you will have created a new thing, but that doesn't mean you physically have more stuff than what you, like, originally created. And that makes sense, right? Because if you gather all the materials to build a boat, now you can say, okay, there's still all the materials, each individual material that makes the boat up is a thing, but now we've sort of created a new thing. That new thing is the boat. But the only reason the boat is new is because we call it a boat. We're grouping those things together as one thing, saying, okay, this is a boat. It doesn't change that it's still just made up of these things. But likewise, you can also say, oh, this is the bow, which is like another part of the boat. So there you go. Now we have two new things. And then there's the stern. That's three new things. And then you can keep subdividing it into all these categories until eventually you have all these fucking things, but you still don't have any more than what you started with. And what I'm trying to say is, like, your consciousness is no different than that, where it's not an actual physical thing, it's just the consequence of all the other actual things that are, like, working. I forget, I really wish I could remember what that is called. It's there's a word for it. It's like a certain type of philosophy, or like, or not a type of philosophy, but it's just like a word for, like, I don't know. I'd have to rewatch the video. It's actually really interesting. I really want to take a philosophy class. I feel like that sounds fun because I just like waffling about shit that no one cares about. My belief is that consciousness is a form of energy, and philosophical growth is the energy bursting from brain cell to brain cell, the energy that activates brain cells. In theory, if you die, you become just raw energy in the air, explaining the paranormal. See, that is true, although I wouldn't agree with the paranormal thing, only because that energy is going to dissipate through regular, like, you know, laws of physics, like thermodynamics. Energy is going to be so, like, energy is going to be dissipating from your body in the form of heat when you die as your body temperature decreases. A small amount's probably going to somehow, you know, discharge in some way to maybe like the environment around you, because there is still technically electricity, like that is what makes your brain work. There is actual electrical current flowing through your body. There's like all these different things. So like I wouldn't say it like just becomes this essence that is like out in the world that can just interact with other shit. It's more just like it just dissipates through regular physical phenomena. So it's just, you're just gonna turn into like all the energy that makes up your body right now. You know, that's actually something that's really interesting to think about. The energy that's in your body right now is, like, you could measure that. I think it would be in joules, wouldn't it? No. How do you, I forget, what is the unit for just, like, total potential energy that you have? Like, or total stored energy, right? I'm not talking about a rate of energy dispersion over time. I'm just talking about total energy at once. I think it might be joules. Is it joules? Either way, it's weird to think that you have a certain amount of energy in your body right now, and that energy is dwarfed by so many other things that we have created. Even like if you had like 10 car batteries right now, that is probably more energy than that's definitely more energy than what is in like your whole body working right now. No, joules isn't necessarily electricity. Oh wait, maybe it is. Hold on, I haven't done this in so long. Wait, joules unit of measurement, is it electricity? I thought it was, let me see. It might be electrical. Yeah, hold on. The amount of work done when a force of 1 Newton displaces a mass through a distance of 1 meter in the direction of that force. Okay. So yeah, so you could come up with a measurement then, right, of how many joules of energy are in your body, as in if you were to dump all that energy just at once, right? How many joules would it be? So basically what I'm saying is the amount of energy that is you and that is like keeping you alive right now is not even that large, is basically what I'm trying to say. And if all that energy was just like extracted out of you and then maybe used, like let's say you had a way to transfer that energy with 100% efficiency and you could just package it up into like a fucking battery, like how big would that battery be? How many phone charges could you get out of the energy that is currently in your body making you function right now? I actually wonder. It can't be too many. It's just weird that it's not, like, you know what I mean? Probably 1 iPhone charge. I gotta say, this is a wild conversation to have while botting shitty Sakupin circles. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it is crazy that, yeah, you can't prove what happens when you die. It's amazing. Truly. And furthermore, if you think about it, what would happen if, okay, this is something that's interesting to think about. What would happen if someone were to die? And when I say die, I mean completely die, as in, well, actually no, but then you wouldn't be able to, because I was thinking like, well, I guess it still kind of works. So like, okay, every brain cell dies, okay? You have a brain and it completely dies. Every brain cell is dead. There is no way it's coming back to life. But then we somehow find a way to revive each and every one of those brain cells. What would happen? Like, there's no way it would be the same person. Or, like would it just be like an empty fucking, like, would you just be like a baby again? Like, how would that work? Because there's no way that after being dead, your brain cells would be able, like, or would they actually store everything? Like, would it all be the same? I don't know. Read some of your previous messages. Wait, what'd you say? If I die and become a ghost, I'm gonna be pissed. Like, what happens after that? You love forever? That'd fucking suck. Wait. Yeah, no, that's true. I don't know. Yeah, being a ghost would be, I don't know. What's the difference besides having a pulse between being in a coma and temporarily dying? Well, being in a coma, well, okay, if you mean temporarily dying, then that really just means that your heart has stopped. And then, like, if you're in a coma, that's kind of just like your brain is in a state of really, really low functioning. I don't really know. I honestly probably shouldn't say that much on it because I just don't know the proper medical. I don't have the medical vocabulary because I'm not a fucking doctor. So yeah, I don't really know. Ask someone who knows. Watch a video. The way humanity is going to solve death is if we can gain the ability to visually see human dreams as they sleep and use that tech on a dying human. Even then, that's going to be the start, not the answer. Wait, are you saying like if someone's dying, you could like put them in a coma and then have them in a state of perpetual like lucid dreaming or something and call that keeping them alive? Is that what you like? What do you mean? God, I love talking about this shit. I really need to focus as well. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I thought you were talking about... Oh, when you said solve death, I thought you meant make it so we don't die. Oh, I'm stupid. You meant to see what's happening. Ah. See, then again, it still doesn't work. It still doesn't answer the question because you're only going to be seeing stuff while the brain cells are actually still alive. So it doesn't, that wouldn't even solve anything. That still wouldn't solve it because the question is what happens after every last one of your brain cells is dead. That's the question. What is that like? Because otherwise you're just going to be witnessing something that's just the result of whatever chemical reactions are taking place in the brain as it's dying. And that's not going to answer what's actually happening after death. That's just going to be showing what's happening in the brain as it's dying, which that's different. That's not... Hence why it's just the start. See, personally, I mean, I guess I could see why you call it the start, but I feel like there is no start because I feel like you couldn't do it. Like, there's no way to know. There really isn't, because once the brain cells are dead, it's anyone's guess, right? I mean, I really think that, like, I suppose you just cease to have consciousness. Like, I don't know. I suppose it would just be like there's you, and then there's no longer you. I really think it's just nothingness, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I just, like I don't mean like it's gonna be like a blackness for eternity, because there is no black anymore. There's nothing. There's literally nothing. You can't feel anything. It's not possible to process anything. Because all the stuff that once made up your consciousness is now just, you know, a temperature difference somewhere, or, you know, something that's like, yeah. Really just a temperature difference somewhere, if I'm being real, because, yeah. If the afterlife happens, wouldn't that be like a metaphysical thing that can't be seen or seen through, and like physical shit in the brain? Huh? Well, no, energy doesn't vanish. What I'm saying is the energy that makes up your consciousness would just be dispersed through whatever regular laws of physics. Energy will be conserved. Like, when you die, energy is conserved because it just spreads out to the environment around you. Like, there's no... Like, having an afterlife would actually imply that there is energy being, like, created, or that there's extra energy somewhere, which wouldn't make sense. Like, everything that makes up you, like, just, you know, the energy that's piloting your body and making all the shit operate in the really crazy configuration that it is, would just now be doing other shit. It would just be heating up the environment around you, basically, as your body temperature drops. The only reason I say it would be a start is because it would tell researchers where to start looking, like give them the vague idea. I mean, maybe, but like, what would that be? Like, because again, you're just observing what's happening. Like, you're just observing the chemical stuff that's happening in the brain as it's dying, but that doesn't say anything about if there would be an afterlife or not. Like, the only way would be to somehow, I guess, the only way would be to somehow, like, actually not be reading the brain cells, but be, like, understanding what's happening in real time with every single individual, like, bit of energy that's in your body, whether that be heat, whether that be, you know, like electrical potentials, anything. It would, like, you'd have to create like a device that's constantly tracking that stuff even as it exits your body. That's what you would do. That's the only thing you could do. And there's not a way to do that because that's basically what you're thinking. Okay, so then it's not as so then it's just not even, then it's just not even really possible, because like you can't you can't create a device that's able to like latch onto like energy and like track it. Like I don't at least, well, I guess, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't say that, but I really don't think that you could do that, because like there's nothing like physical to actually, you know what I mean, like, so it's just kind of, the only way would be if you were to actually be like just looking at what's happening in the brain cells, which obviously that's not an option, because once the energy's out of the brain cells, womp womp. I know, it's so irrationally impossible, it's actually painful. It makes me want to know even more. If energy is never created or destroyed, how are brain cells transferred into a new body when a new person is created? Yeah, see, wait, what do you mean transferred? Say, are you just talking about the formation of like a fetus, or are you talking about like if reincarnation is real? Are you like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean when you say transferred? Are you talking about just like reincarnation, or are you just talking about how like like the brain is formed like as you're like fucking growing in the womb? Yeah, we're discussing what happens when you die. Hey, Funny Bone, how you doing? You're talking about a fetus? Okay, if you're just talking about the formation of a fetus, then energy's conserved because it's like it's formed using the atoms that the mother consumes along with the energy that's like, you know, in her body. Like that's what, so yes, energy's conserved when any life is being formed, because in order for the life to form, outside input is required from the environment in the form of both heat and calories. So and then when the consciousness is created, that's just the result of energy finally you know, making its way from the mother's body and then thus into the developing fetus, where it is then, you know, firing in the where synapses are now firing in the brain. That's still energy that came entirely from the mother, because the fetus is attached directly to the mother, because that's where all the input is coming from. And so that then would produce, you know, brain activity, which, I mean, I don't know how much, like, I don't really know how much actual brain activity occurs when you're developing. Like, I mean, I know some occurs, but like, I don't know, because obviously no one remembers it, and no one can like know if you have any actual, like, you know, thoughts. I mean, I suppose it'd be hard to, since everything you know is nothing more than just like maybe like the sounds you can hear, and then also like, I don't know, any light that's coming through. That's really about all. That's like all the sensory input you would have to even form thoughts with. So I don't know. Theoretically, what would happen if a pregnant mother chose to eat as little as possible while surviving? Well, then you would just have a malnourished infant when it's born. it still wouldn't change anything. It would, the result would be proportional to what you put in. You would get, you know. I was saving a frozen bag of dino nuggies for a special occasion. I think midnight tonight will be that occasion. Okay, let's go. You got mid-ass chicken from Applebee's? Wow. Tragic. You're gonna try Flutter Wonder? Alright, alright. Dude, I'm not focusing enough. I got a kiwi lemonade. It tastes like a perfectly good lemonade if they made it taste like grass. What is that? Are you saying if it was intended to be grass flavored, it would be a good lemonade? Because it tastes a lot like grass? I mean, grass doesn't taste good, but I mean, it's not like the worst thing in the world. I should probably play from 34, because that wave's been giving me a lot of trouble lately. Yeah, edibles, what about them? Imagine making weed drinks. My friend, that is a thing, and I have had one. But I didn't notice the effect because at the time I was already drinking weed, bro. They're not, I mean, it's no different. It's the same fucking thing. It's just in a drink. I mean, yeah, you can put THC in anything. It doesn't really matter what it is. I mean, drinking weed better than drinking alcohol, I suppose, you know? What was the drink? I don't remember what it was from a dispensary, that's all I know. And I was fortunate enough to be able to try it. It didn't really taste that good though. It kind of just tasted like seltzer water, because that's pretty much what it was. It was just like seltzer water with THC in it. Bro, gotta get purple haze and combine it with grape soda to make purple drink too. Wait, the fuck's purple haze? I've never heard that before. What is the meaning of life? Whatever you want it to be. The meaning of life is to find meaning in your life. Oh, it's a strain of weed. Okay, I've just never heard of that. Yes, Dre. That's literally I sent Critical's video on that in general this morning. It was actually insane. Bro just like actually is like a very respectable person. It's insane. I did watch the video on his channel that he released as well, just because I was curious. It was actually crazy. We're living on an alternate timeline, genuinely. Yeah, we all got trolled indeed. I mean, I'm glad. I'm glad that's the case. Because it was actually kind of grim for a second there. Bro, finding out that Nikocado was unironically a social experiment was crazy. The people saying he fakes his reactions were so close but still didn't figure it out. Yeah, real. Watch it on stream. I mean, it's like a 20-something minute long video. I mean, you can watch it on your own. Also, yes, drinking weed is... Putting weed in your body in any form is better than smoking a cigarette, because even if you're smoking weed, you're not filling your lungs with even half the amount of tar as a cigarette. So, yeah, smoking cigarettes is just objectively a worse decision than weed, if I'm being real. It doesn't matter. Like, if you're a chain smoker, you would still be better off even if you were just smoking weed all day instead of smoking cigarettes all day. I mean, smoking weed does cause lung cancer as well, but cigarettes are like the worst thing you could smoke, genuinely. So that then it goes to stand that any form of edible is going to be infinitely better than smoking a cigarette, because yes, you don't even have to put anything into your lungs. It's just the only now, that being said, there are still, you know, brain like consequences that come to your brain, right? Which is the big reason that I stopped before I developed too bad of a habit, because some people do function better if they smoke weed or use THC in general. I am just someone who does not function better with it, so luckily I was able to recognize that and stop. Yeah, mukbangs are really nasty, I agree. The most harmful drug you can't develop an addiction to? I don't know if there is such a thing. I don't think there exists a drug where you can't develop an addiction, because I mean, look at food, for example. That's something that most people would never consider to be a drug, and yet so many people suffer from food addiction. Like, it doesn't matter what it is, you can get addicted to it. There isn't really such a thing. Highly addictive? Yeah, but then what classifies as highly addictive, I guess? Like, okay, I guess I would say you can't even answer that, because different things are going to be addictive for different people. Like, more addictive, I mean. Like, some people are going to have a much worse time with stimulants than depressants, and vice versa. For example. Like, it just depends on who you are. So you can't really, I mean, in general, some things tend to be more addictive than others, but I mean, I mean, even going back to like a food addiction, there are genuinely some people who are addicted to eating to the point where it probably would be as hard for them to quit as like a meth addict, for example. I mean, it's entirely relative. There isn't even really a way to answer that. How does a sleeping addiction work? I don't think you can really be addicted to sleeping. That's just called having, I think, that would just be just having a sleeping disorder. Oh, okay, yeah. No, yeah, go ahead. I actually didn't realize that for YouTube's TOS. I should probably start checking that more. Okay. An eating addiction is an eating disorder, not an addiction? Well, no, eating disorders fall under addiction. Like, there's a difference. Certain things are going to fall under addiction. Like, a food addiction is a... So, okay. A food addiction just falls under the category of an eating disorder. But it also falls under addictions. Like, because eating disorders also encompasses like anorexia and bulimia nervosa and oh my god, I think I got that backwards. No, I'm just gonna stop acting like I know what I'm talking about. Either way, yeah, those fall under eating disorders, and yet they're not addictions. You can't really say like a sleeping disorder is, I don't think it's really possible to develop an addictive like link to sleeping. That's not really a thing. I mean, you can want to be asleep and not awake because you're depressed, for example, right? But that's not called being addicted to sleep. That's just you're depressed and you would rather be asleep than awake. There's like a difference. Like, it's not really the same. Like, you can't just, because by that logic, you could call anything an addiction. I get like, you could call, let me think here. Like, okay, why don't we say people with OCD are addicted to their compulsions? That doesn't make sense. Like, you can't just say that. Like, it doesn't work that way. So, like, you can't just... It depends. Some things you can't even really classify as an addiction, I don't think. Like, it's not really... We haven't talked about drugs in any harmful way. It's only if we start joking about it, then it becomes kind of risky, because YouTube obviously can't tell the difference between a joke and something actually being serious, so... But we've literally just talked about it from, like, a purely... like, academic perspective. I don't know what to call it. I don't say academic, that makes it sound fancy. We're just literally fucking waffling about it, but you know what I mean. I've made I just know if I make a wheel it's gonna end in misery. That's the thing. I have too much experience with stuff like that. I literally used to do the fucking wheel bullshit and I hated it every time, so I think I'm just gonna keep that lesson, you know? I mean, I can give you levels for a wheel if you want to do one. It's just not good for me. Not the kind of person who's good with wheels. Not for levels, anyway. I mean, if the wheel is for something else, then yeah. Like, when I start doing art on stream, I think it would be really fun to do, like, maybe a wheel that's somehow related to, like, stuff I have to draw. I think that would be fun. But levels, no. Absolutely not. Okay, let me just brush up on this one more time. Because I'm sick of dying here. I don't understand why the 34 wave is all of a sudden a problem. Doesn't make sense, man. .34 to 100, casually. I guess I'll go from 0, whatever. I'm gonna focus though. There's one thing I want to check actually. I don't know why. I'm just paranoid about something in my OBS settings and I want to make sure that this is... Okay, good. I was just afraid for some reason that my recording wasn't on 60 FPS, but we're good. We'll do fire. Okay. Let's do it. Oh, one of my friends wanted me to join their pointer crate team. It's called Team Yaga, so I was just like, sure, okay, and then I joined it. That's why. I tried raise and go, and then everyone fucking flamed me, and they were like, why did you raise go? You said you're never raise and go, because, you know, on YouTube you're never allowed to change your mind. So what I did is I brought it back down from 34 to 24 so people would just shut the fuck up about it, because I knew that's all I would be getting questions about. So, yeah. And it was just annoying, and I didn't feel like dealing with it. I'll do it at 34 anyway. Okay, yeah, that's fair. It's kind of optional. There are probably times where you'll want to say it at 24 though, just because I still have periods where I just won't get to 24 for like hours on end. Because this level is RNG. Raise it 1% to piss people off. Sure, we'll pin that. A fluke from 57 wouldn't even be a fluke. Just because of how terrible the balancing is. Fluking this from 57 would be like saying fluking Sonic Wave Infinity is a fluke if it's from like 80. It just doesn't make sense. Oh, butt cheek saggers here. Wow. Beat Glowy, I already have. It's actually a good level. Did you submit a level to my forum? Not yet, because I'm currently streaming. Oh, wait, my bad, sorry. I'll use the form though. Sorry, I want to look at it and actually make a good pick. I don't want to just pick some random shit. Actually, wait, are people allowed to well, no, never mind, because then I was gonna ask. Whatever, you know what? I just put fucking, Faded Dream on there. There's my pick. Someone submitted Super Hate Me Club and put my bruh. Super Hate Me World would be so funny. Oh, it's called Super Mayo Hate Club? I actually thought you made a typo. I thought it was supposed to be Super Hate Me Club. I do not know that. I do remember that level now. I think mayo tastes alright, it just smells disgusting. And you can't use too much of it or else it's just wraps. There's a very delicate balance that must be struck with mayo. Yeah, you can put the form in chat, I don't care. If it'll let you. It might not let you actually because of links. Oh, it worked. Let's go. Never mind. Sauerkraut literally just tastes like salad. I mean, it basically is. They also couldn't have picked a more disgusting sounding name for it, like sauerkraut. Who the fuck wants to eat that after hearing the name of it? I used to think it was really gross before I knew what it was. When I was like 6. I just remember hearing that name and I was like, ugh, that can't be good. That sounds abominable. Oh, okay, sure, you can do that, I guess. I won't use it because it'll make me not play as well, but yeah. Oh, it has to be easier than 500. Oh, well. Trying to think. Maybe like dude, I just don't know the list that well because I don't care about lists in the game. I don't recommend this. I don't recommend this. I don't recommend this. Stay away. Stay the fuck away. Also, hi Google. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the list. I'm trying to think of shit. Time to look at this. Cause I forget so much shit. Is Glowy below 5? Is Glowy 500 or below? I honestly recommend Glowy. Glowy goes crazy. I actually really like it. It's so fun. I don't know. It isn't? God damn it. Damn. Maybe like, I don't know. Nothing I've completed is like, honestly, Glowy's probably the most fun, easy, or extreme that I've completed. There is Gorbix. Actually, maybe this. Is that? I know he doesn't like that level though. I think it's a good level though. Yeah, that's actually the only good level that I recommend. Yep, most of these just suck, genuinely. Chloe's not Black Blizzard difficulty, bro. If I were to try to beat Black Blizzard, it would take me so many more attempts than Glowy did. Remember correctly, Glowy took me like... I actually don't remember if it was 6,000 or 8,000 attempts. I think it may have been 6. No, I don't know. All I know is Black Blizzard would be taking me more than that. Defo would be taking me more than 8K. I don't know if I would say Glowy's harder than Bausha. Bausha's really hard, still even. I don't know what TMB is. Oh yeah, the moon below, that's right. There's too many levels now, I can't remember. Yeah, but the list is not always right. Far from it, so. It's just because the moon below is not a level that I ever think about or care about, and then whenever someone says the abbreviation or the acronym for it, whatever, I just have already forgotten it. God, my least favorite acronym is SC, because what the fuck are you talking about? Silent club step, silent club, Sakupin circles. Are there any more? There's got to be even more. I feel like there's like at least one more. Oh yeah, there's silent circles, although no one... Oh yeah, Silentium Clava. Yeah, see, like, SC is so stupid. There's so many fucking things. Yeah. Fuck. It's firework time. That also means Noctil's probably gonna join. How much you wanna bet he does? Wait, so Dre, did you already submit one for me at all? Or put one, or add one for me? Firework would probably take less time than Aerial Gleam. No, I doubt it. Okay, you did put that one on. Alright, let's see. Trying to think of something else. Oh yeah, the Kahoot's probably gonna be a disaster. This is real. Yeah, fireworks hell of a lot better than fucking aerial gleam, isn't it? The fact that Yo is at a disgusting stream number hurts me, I know. Sure. I'll see what's on it so far. I am trying to think of Aerial Gleam's amazing to watch. I'm doing well on it. Yeah, I guess I could see that. I have dedicated all my time from Purell's streams? Wait, is that how you say his name? Or their name? To your streams. Are you happy? Yes, I'm very happy, Eric Cartman. That is so based. DMs, okay. Let me see, what do we have here? Okay, it's not too many so far. Grand Arena Showdown, Super Mayo Hate Club, Dismal Dust Storm, okay, I know that one. Disruption, maybe possibly Thing, I know that one. Grubix, Hateful Reflection, I know that one. Carcano, I know that one, obviously. Let's see, Eon, Electric Forest, Artifice, Moment, Reanimate. Oh, you know, that's the other one I'm gonna put on there. Wait, yeah, is Crystal top? Is Crystal below 500? I'm gonna put Crystal on that bitch. will say, Aerogleam's decoration has aged quite well. Which isn't too surprising since Kulak did it. So. It's not? Oh man. Okay, let's play. I'm gonna play from 16 real quick. Okay. What about... I'm actually tempted to have you put Niwa on the wheel because I did actually kind of like Niwa, and it's also piss easy, so if you got it, I mean, you know. Well, yeah, I agree. Firework is more interesting to look at than Aerial Gleam. Aerial Gleam is just really well done. But then again, saying Firework is a more interesting level to look at than another level is kind of an insult, because Firework itself is really kind of boring to look at. I mean, Firework kind of just shines with the gameplay and the song choice. So it kind of is good in all of like the best departments as far as playing is concerned. Obviously the decoration is nothing special though, so I mean, when you're talking about the level as a whole, that does matter. Oh hey Neb, how you doing? How's the Aerogleam consistency today? It's all over the place. I got 34 to 100. I also got 42 to 100 within the first 8 minutes of stream. But, you know, as soon as I go from 0, nothing, because this level's first third heavy as shit. So, yeah, it's great. It's fantastic. Oh damn, I'm sorry to hear that. Sounds like Kinos. I've lost all my Kinos first wave consistency. Damn, that sucks. These are all my runs, by the way. The 50s are absolutely destroying me. I have, I think, still exactly 20 deaths in the 50s, or is it 21 now? I forget. 13, 17, no, it's still 20. Exactly 20. Toxic as shit. This level is just one long ass kicking that never ends. Hasn't stopped for almost 150 streams. I still got 73 today, but I had a 3-day streak of getting like 5 list attempts per hour, which got my hopes up. Oh yeah, I've also had days like that on this. Oh yeah, the 50s are brutal. Yeah. If I had it my way, this level would be above Oblivion on the list. Yeah, I just can't even get far anymore. Like, see, this is why having go at 24 isn't necessarily a bad thing, because right now I just can't even get to 24, so... I've lost 90% of my consistency with Calccore by being busy with school, so I'm fine with losing basically all my month-long work due to things I can't control. I mean, you'll get it back way quicker than it took you the first time, though. I have 20 to 100 twice and 26 to 109 times, so, like, I should be ready by now. Yep, I know. That's how it feels. I'm not playing your favorite hard demon platformer because I don't want to, because I would rather have a chance at getting far on this. Oh, god damn it, I hate when that happens. I'm good at math, right? Somewhat. What do you need help with, I guess? It's really... if it's anything Calc 2 and below, then I got you, but if it's anything that's like fucked, then womp womp. No, I like helping people with math. I actually really like doing that, so you wouldn't be wasting my time. I would help you. I'm gonna get more water, by the way. Hold on. Oh, it's college algebra? Oh, that's... yeah, I'll be able to help with that. For sure. Man. One of these days I still want to try to do, like, just on my own, I want to try to do a fucking math information dump and just see how much random ass shit I have just memorized for absolutely no reason that I'm never going to use. I honestly don't think I would have enough space on a piece of paper front and back. Maybe. I don't know. Well, maybe I would. I don't know. Thank God I'm so ass at these because my teacher didn't even teach us how to do. What is it, by the way? Like, what is the problem type? What's my opinion on shrimp? Oh, best. Yeah, it is the best seafood. Fuck, it's the best seafood. Yeah. Oh, I love shrimp, dude. Oh, actually, shrimp Alfredo goes crazy. Oh, especially if you get it like, or no, like oh, really just spicy shrimp pasta as well. That goes so hard. Just any form of like anything spicy with shrimp in it is insane. Actually, I think quite possibly my favorite food. Actually, you know what? If I did have to give a favorite food of all time, not that I have one because it really depends on my mood, but if I actually did have to give a single food answer, it would probably be jambalaya because that actually slaps so hard. And jambalaya with like, oh, shrimp. Oh my god, dude. The shrimp goes so crazy. It actually does. It's insane. What did I never took the SAT and I got a shit score on my ACT and I don't feel like sharing it because it's embarrassing to me. I'm a terrible test taker. Except in math, apparently. Jambalaya is so good, I made it one time and it was, yeah, no, it's actually peak. It actually goes so fucking crazy. Oblivion is a good level. Also, yeah, word problems, those should be really easy to do. And if you ask me, I still think the hardest section of math is statistics, I swear to God. Not concerning at all, considering I'm currently taking statistics. Womp womp. No, I unironically found the stats class I took last semester to be harder than Calc 2. Which, don't get me wrong, I think people definitely over exaggerate how hard Calc 2 is. I really do. It's not that bad if you just actually try, but, like, it was brutal. I fucking hated that stats class nearly ruined my fucking 4.0. It didn't though. God fucking damn it. I'm just waiting for one of these semesters though. I'm going to take a class and my 4.0 finna just, it's going to happen. There's no shot I make it all the way through college without. There's just no way. Calc 2 is a medium demon. Yeah. It's an extreme demon in terms of the amount of work you have to do, but it's a medium demon in terms of how hard the concepts are. Everyone says Calc 3 is easier than Calc 2. Still don't see why, but I guess I'll see why whenever I still am so annoyed. I'm actually, looking back, I'm actually really pissed that there weren't enough people in the class this semester for them to have it, because I actually really wanted to take Calc 3 this semester. I really did. I signed up for that shit and everything, and then they just never did it. A keyboarding class? The fuck's that mean? What is a keyboarding class? Oh wait, I'm so stupid. Dude, my brain malfunctioned. Never mind. My dumb ass was no, my brain actually fucking was, I was thinking of a keyboard. Like an actual fucking, I'm so, why? Why does my brain do that? It happened yesterday with the 3/4 year. The same thing happened yesterday with the 3/4 of a year. I don't understand why that happens. Okay, let me see what his problems here. We got oh wait, that's hard to see. Actually, I might need better images because oh wait, I can see that one better. Metabolic rate of an ectothermic organism increases with increasing temperature within a certain range. Blah 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 blah. Okay, the model. Okay, that's the model. Oh yeah, that's not. Wait. Yeah, no, that shouldn't be bad. I don't think. Yeah. No, we chillin'. It's just like rate of change problems and shit. Oh, wait. Yes, you can ask me about I am open to all math questions. I like to help with math, so. I mean, yeah, I guess. I didn't... These are the problems, just like this. Sorry. But yeah, they shouldn't be that bad. Like, honestly, it's kind of just like nerfed related rates problems to me. And I think most people find related rates to be the hardest part of calc, which again, okay, I have the most fucked math opinions, I swear to God, because I tend to find, well, aside from the fact that yes, I think algebra is much harder than geometry, most of my math opinions are unbased to a lot of people, genuinely. Like, everyone seems to think that related rates is the hardest part of Calc 1. It was one of the easiest parts of Calc 1 for me. And then for Calc 2, everyone always says integration in series is the hardest part of Calc 2. That was the easiest and the most fun part for... The part of Calc 2 I hated was parametric equations and fucking why can't I think of the name? Because I never use it because I hate it. Polar coordinates. Fucking hated those, and everyone seems to like those. Don't know why. Related rates. It's basically where you use, like, it gives you the rate at which something is moving or changing, and then you have to express that as the derivative of some function of time. So, like, for example, if it said I don't know, like a hot air balloon is moving upwards with a speed of 3 meters per second, then dv over dt would be 3. And then you just use all those different things. Like usually it'll be like the most common one is that they'll be like there's a cone or a container in the shape of a cone filling up with water at this many gallons per minute or whatever unit of time. Determine how full the container will be at time t equals like whatever. Shit like that. Yeah, because derivatives happen after pre-calc. You would have, after college algebra, you would do pre-calc. And then, in pre-calc, sometimes they introduce you to the difference quotient, which is, like, the definition of a derivative, the limit definition. But they don't really explain what it means. Like, my pre-calc teacher ended off the year with that, I believe, and she didn't really go into much detail about what it actually meant. It was just like she had us do some difference quotient problems, and we didn't know what the fuck we were doing. Slaughterhouse, oh boy, oh boy. I don't know. I mean, it makes sense that certain people find geometry way harder and others find algebra 1 way harder. And I think it just comes down to some people are more visual thinkers and other people are just better at maybe manipulating stuff and memorization, even if they don't understand what they're doing. Like, someone who's like that would probably find algebra easier, but someone who has trouble like visualizing stuff and like understanding how stuff works in space might have more trouble with geometry. Because to me, geometry is really intuitive. Like, it's intuitive as fuck. That's why it wasn't hard, because I didn't have to memorize anything, because I was able to like figure out most of it. I mean, some stuff, yeah, you got to remember. Like, it's not at all intuitive that tangent is equal to the opposite side over the adjacent side. That's not intuitive, but you know, other shit, yeah, like a lot of it is really intuitive. Hold on. Hold on. Alright. Another highlight of the wheel is Polish alphabet, okay. Also, from what I remember, geometry proofs are just boring as shit. They're not really, like, hard. Proofs really start to suck when you get to linear algebra. See, I suppose that's also why. I've had to suffer through linear algebra, and those proofs are terrible. They're not even hard proofs in the grand scheme of mathematics, and yet they're really terrible. I did not like those. I literally had to use... It is funny, though. I was actually doing Because part of the fucking research that my professor had me working on was like differential equation shit, and for whatever reason, a concept that I learned in linear algebra finally clicked for me when I was doing one of those problems, because I had to use it to prove like the thing, and I was like, oh, that's how that works. It was just like one of the problems he assigned. It wasn't a hard thing to do, like it was very straightforward, but I was just like, oh shit, that's what that means. I hate anything algebra. I don't understand a lot of it, especially compared to anything geometry. Yeah, that's fair. I wanted to watch 3 Blue, 1 Brown's Basics Linear Algebra series, but I stopped at the 3rd video because it seemed so fucking awful. Yeah, it is. Linear algebra is quite literally combining algebra with the idea of higher dimensional, like, vector spaces. It's hell. It's absolute fucking hell. I mean, it's cool. You know, it's cool that someone made that. You know, that's awesome. I, however, don't want any part in it. Thank you very much. You know what? If you want a little taste of linear algebra, I believe I still have a picture that I took of one of my digital textbooks. And it actually made me want to cry. Luckily, I was able to figure it out after I reread it about, I don't know, 20 fucking times, and I slowly understood a little bit more each time, but no, it was really bad. Let me try to find it. It was horrendously awful. This will... Wait. And I also... the information wasn't being given in the best way, in my opinion. Like, it looks a lot harder than it is, but that's kind of the point, because it makes you freak the fuck out, because you're terrified of what you're looking at, and then you're like, how the fuck am I ever gonna do this? It's actually... Honestly, a lot of linear algebra is intimidation. You gotta get over so much intimidation. Like, it is an intimidating ass subject, bro. And you know, it doesn't even sound like it'd be that hard, right? I mean, it's linear algebra. Like, you know, I mean, when I first heard the term, I deadass thought it was just, like, algebra with linear, like, equations, which it is, but not in the way that you think. Not at all in the way that you think. Also, I don't know if I can find the image. I might not have it. Yeah, I might not have it. Never mind. I'm trying to look, but I don't see it. Damn. I have a lot of really cursed math in here, though. I have the integral of e to the approximately d approximately, which that's pretty funny. Other than that, though, nope. Yeah, never mind. Here, I'll just look up linear algebra. Find a good example here. I would say this image is about all you need. That's about all you need to understand the pain. That right there. Or maybe if you prefer that's actually also another really good one. You know what? I would say this actually encapsulates the essence even better, because we have nested summations and we have this shit. So yeah, I think that's a better That's what I had to do last semester. So yeah. Isn't that fun? And do I remember any of it? Maybe like 20%. I maybe remember like 20% of what I learned. Hold on. Okay. Oh, and by the way, that same professor, I'm not taking it, but that same professor who taught my linear algebra class last semester is teaching another harder variant this semester. It's like a linear algebra 2 basically. So you can imagine the hell that that must be. Truly painful. Like, I would say, oh God, if I'm being honest, well, just because it's so foreign. Okay, I think the main thing that makes linear algebra so hard is because it's a really foreign way to think about mathematics. Like, linear algebra is when you start to get to math classes where, like, most of the general population, if you ask them what linear algebra was, they would have no fucking idea. Right? Like, they would have no idea. Like, you're starting to get to the point where, like, okay, the math classes are a little more obscure, and also the shit you're doing is really weird. So, like, basically what I'm trying to say is it is such a different class that it comes off as being much harder than it is. Like, if you like got familiar with linear algebra over the course of a while, a first semester linear algebra class would probably seem easier than maybe even a Calc 1 class, right? But if you're a new student and it's your first time taking a linear algebra course, that shit is whooping your ass. It is going to be probably harder than Calc 2. For me, I would actually probably equate the difficulty to, like, the workload was less than Calc 2. Trying to wrap my head around how all of the shit worked was like a peg above Calc 2. And it was like the intro level for linear algebra. That's probably how I would describe it. It's just one of those classes where it's so different that it fucks with you. Make the yo in the next stream tile the literal only thing in there, like nothing else. Yeah, maybe I will. Dude, I should actually do math class reviews. That would be crazy. Oh yeah, triangle study is crazy. I mean, I guess they're not wrong. It is technically triangle study, so... man. Today might not be the stream that I go for a while because I spent so much time waffling that any chance I had at getting far has now been completely squandered. I've probably only spent an hour of this 2-hour, 13-minute stream actually playing Aerial Gleam. And that is most likely a generous estimate. Yes, gotta love when you have multiple tests on the same day. I'm trying to think, the worst... It was never that bad for me, I guess, because I never took too many... Because I never tried that hard in high school, but... Or at least not as hard as I wanted to, but... I'm trying to think, like... The most, like, you know, like the roughest day for tests I've ever had. I really don't know. I mean, I suppose the test I was the most nervous for in my entire life was my AP Calc test, because it was the only AP test I ever took. And I actually cared about that class, and I cared about the teacher a lot, but... I don't think I had that. I think that was like the only test I had to take on that day though, so it wasn't bad. Like I know motherfuckers be taking like 4 AP classes in one semester and then they have to do all 4 exams on like the same day. Yeah, I probably should end, shouldn't I? Try a little harder. See, if I try though, I have to actually try. Like I need to focus. I need to stop talking. So this is also why I want to get through Aerial Gleam, because I honestly am getting to the point where I prefer talking on stream to just silently trying to grind away at something that, you know what I mean? Like, and it's really hard to, like, you know, have a conversation with your chat and play GD at the same time because you have to be, like, reading messages and stopping and not playing. And then you have to, like, focus. It's just horrible. It's ass. This test just on Monday, bro. I'm gonna crash out. What are you doing in stats? Wait, let me think. Is your wait a minute. Is your stats class, like, are your classes on a semester basis or are they a year thing? I'd imagine you're taking AP stats, so it's probably a year. You're probably doing, what would you be doing right now? Maybe... I'm sure you're probably doing like standard deviation and like z-scores. Well, no. Wait, no, it just started. I'm stupid as fuck. No, you might, well, you probably, are you doing standard deviation maybe? I don't know. The start of stats isn't that bad. See, stats is one of those classes where it starts out super easy. Like, it starts out so easy. And then it just keeps ramping up in complexity, and they keep layering shit on top of each other. Like, it's like, first it's like, Okay, you got the mean, the median, the mode, the range. You got all those things. Okay, cool. Now we're going to add this extra layer onto the mean called the standard deviation. And then after some time, you can kind of convince yourself. You're like, okay, it's not that bad, right? You know? Okay, now we're going to start using the standard deviation with this funny little graph called the standard normal distribution. And we're going to start talking about the area under the graph and how that relates to probabilities. And now you're like, okay, I actually don't like this. This is kind of hard. And then it just keeps getting worse from there. And then you talk about the chi-squared distribution that, you know, didn't understand that one at all. That made no sense. You talk about the fucking t distribution. It's hell. It's absolute fucking hell. Oh, the goddamn, oh, what is it? Oh, God, the fucking formula for combinations and then the formula for permutations. Fucking... Nah. Oh, the fucking binomial distribute. Oh, God, it's terrible. Why do they put the squares? Oh, I still don't have a full answer. Yeah. No, do you want to know? This is what bothers me the most about this fucking bullshit, right? Your standard deviation is what? I think it's the sum of your mean minus each entry squared isn't it over the total? Wait a minute. Your variance is, hold on, wait. Your variance would be, hold on. It's going to be the square root of your variance, which is going to be this. I think it's over, isn't it over something? Shit. Oh, fuck. I already forget. I've taken 2 stats classes and I already forget. What goes in the bottom? Hold on, standard deviation. I think, wait. Because you add up all your distances from the mean, and then I think, do you divide them by your... over n? I think big N is the number of... I had it wrong. It's each entry minus the... Right. So... I had it backwards. It's each entry will, so x sub I minus your mean, which, yeah, mu, whatever. Sometimes use x bar. All over the total number of entries, I believe. That is your variance, and then you square root that. So n minus 1 would be if your population is a sample. No, if you're dealing with a sample from a bigger population, it's n minus 1. If you're dealing with the entire population, it's just n. But no, I know that, yeah, Floridian, thank you so much. No, yeah, no, that's why this pisses me off, because they're like, oh yeah, we have some distance a minus b, and they're like, oh, but sometimes this will be negative, so we got to square it to make sure all the answers are positive, or a but then and then they're like, oh, and then to undo the square, or hold on, wait, yeah, do they square it there? Yeah, and then they're like, to unsquare all of these, to unsquare all of these, we take the square root of the sum. Why do we do that? Why do we fucking do that? I don't know. It should be the absolute value. It should. Okay, so I'll be real with you. Apparently this is, I would imagine this is probably related to complex numbers somehow. And the reason I say that is because this is apparently because you can, okay, this is all my stats teacher told me. He did not explain to me why. Because, yeah, obviously the flaw in the logic here is that the square root of a squared plus b squared does not equal a plus b, right? That's not true. So it's like, okay, how, like, this makes no sense. But it's because it's related to the Pythagorean theorem, apparently. So when we're talking about this distance between the mean, apparently it's an absolute distance, like it's like a modulus of some kind. So, and if you know about with like complex numbers, right? If you want to take the absolute value of like 3 plus 2i, this is your, you know, complex plane here. This is 3, this is 2i. Well, so this is 3 plus 2i. Then your absolute value is actually going to be the distance from this point to the origin, because it's your distance to 0. And how do you find that? Well, it's going to be the square of your real part plus the square of the coefficient of your imaginary part, and then take the square root, right? So the absolute value of this would be equal to the square root of 9 plus 4, which is just radical 13. So I think that's probably what is going on. I think that that's probably what's happening. And another thing too, well, actually, I don't want to say just because complex numbers, because when you're in calc, at the end of calc 2, yeah, so like at the end of calc 2, we were talking about finding distances in higher dimensional spaces, right? So how you do that is like, it's obviously distance formula for like the regular 2D Cartesian plane. That's going to be hold on. You want to get your x distance, so that's going to be x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared, right? So this makes sense, right? And apparently, here's where I'm going to get at with this. So, you know, this right here is our point, and we're talking about this distance right here. So, yeah, standard deviation is the basics of stats. It's stupid. Either way, if this right here is your distance, right? And again, this is the same idea as the absolute value of a complex number, because here we're still just sort of being like, okay, there's a little right triangle here, right? And we're using the Pythagorean theorem to figure out what the distance of this line right here is, right? And it turns out that if you're trying to find the distance in n-dimensional space, so this would be two-dimensional space, we would call this R2, right? Because it's two-dimensional, it's a plane. And then you could jump up to R3, which would be this, where you have a z-axis. This would be x right here. That's z. And then this is y, I believe, if I remember correctly, is the standard notation. So now we're talking about if we have a point that's like out here floating in space, what is that distance, right? To the origin. It turns out if you want to find that, it's actually literally take this and just extend it to the third coordinate. It's that simple. So now if we're talking about three-dimensional space, R3, it's going to be, we're going to have one more term here. It's going to be z2 minus z1 squared. And if you generalize this going up, it's just going to be however many directions you can go in. So how many axes you have is how many of these terms you're going to have here, and you're just going to be adding them up and taking the square root. And my thought process here is that maybe we could consider we could think of like the entries, because this is where linear algebra's fucked because it leaks its way into every branch of mathematics. In a private server for every single one of my friends, it's gonna be great. I just gotta finish setting some things up. Let's go. Either way, what I was gonna say is we can sort of think of our formula for standard deviation. This is where I'm speculating here, where we have each of our entries minus our mean divided by the total number of our entries, or the sum of these squared distances, square root. We could probably think of each one of our terms in this equation that we get. So each one of these guys, each one of our x sub I minus mu squared over n's, we can think of each one of those as like a different direction that we're going in a certain dimensional space, I think. So like if we have something that has three entries, right? 3 data entries, like, you know, we'll just do 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so our mean is going to be 2 in that case, right? We can actually think of this as being part of R3. That's what I'm thinking. I think that's probably why we do this. And this is directly related to linear algebra, because in linear algebra, when we're talking about the dimensions of a vector space, it's R whatever. It's whatever plane we're in, right? Or not plane, but whatever, literally whatever dimension we're in, like geometrically speaking. So this is stupid. Yeah, it's dumb, is basically what I'm saying. Moral of the story is fuck stats. Fuck stats. It's bad. It's bad and it's cringe. So yep. I can't believe I ranted for so long about this. Because the U I wrote was really fucked up. Look, I was trying to write it quickly. I meant to write U, but instead it came out like that. Well, yeah, it came out looking like a W. I don't care. I gotta take a piss. I just realized this kind of says fuck you stats. Let's all listen quietly for the piss. Yeah, y'all are a bunch of weirdos. Either way. My favorite math class is calculus. Calc 2 is actually my favorite math class I've ever taken. Calc 2 is really good. I will say, despite all the shit I've said about linear algebra, I do think it's really cool. It's just not my kind of math. Although, if you plan on going into math, it better be your kind of math, because linear algebra is going to be everywhere, whether you like it or not. So that's awesome. Yeah. I can't believe I actually went on a rant for that long. You know, on an off note, one of my other favorite subjects in math is the fast-growing hierarchy. It's really fucking cool. I'm not going to explain it, but you know, if you want to look it up, you can. It's a fun little thing. It's all about really big numbers and larger infinities. That's the kind of shit that I like because it's just cool. I'm not a very practical applications kind of person. If I'm being honest, I don't even know if I could remember how to... I'd have to brush up on the fast-growing hierarchy again, because I honestly haven't touched that shit in months. It's been like... probably been like 4 months since I've done anything with that. It was really fun learning about it when I was, though, I will say. It was a real banger of a time. Man. I'm done playing this, by the way, for today. Fuck this shit, man. Fuck this shit, man. I still find it really funny to think about the idea of like one of my professors finding my channel and watching my stream at like 11:30 p.m. and they're like, "Wow, I had no idea he was I don't know." Hi Nebula. You missed my 10-minute long rant about statistics. And about why standard deviation still doesn't make sense to me, and then me trying to make sense of it. Eric Hartman is my linear algebra teacher? Yeah, maybe. Never know. Stats is boring. I couldn't agree more. I mean, I think stats could be fun, higher level stats. Basic stats, though, no, it's just number crunching and it is pain. I mean, when you're talking about the probabilities of really crazy shit, like shit that I can't understand yet, like PhD level stuff, then yeah, sure. That's fun, I suppose. That could be interesting. Alright. I didn't take AP stats. I took a... I did take stats in high school, but it was like another college class, like it wasn't AP, and the credit didn't go through, so then I had to retake another stats class last semester, and I actually almost, it almost fucking was the first not A that I got, but I did get an A. I did get an A in it, so it was actually harder than Calc 2. It was funny. Mainly because this motherfucker would be, well, he was an okay, like, okay. He was not a very great teacher, but I could tell he was, like, you know, a really knowledgeable and cool guy. Like, you know, he obviously knew his shit really well. But he would be doing stuff that was either unnecessary or just not that helpful. He literally showed us how to do an integral you would encounter in Calc 3. He had us integrate... he had us doing like the integral from negative infinity to infinity of e to the negative x squared using multiple variables, and I didn't understand a single bit of it, but I just like tried to write down in my notes as quickly as I could. I was like, oh, okay, cool, yeah. Like we were just doing the problem. And then out of nowhere, he was like, so, we're gonna turn this into a function of 2 variables. And then that's when I was just like, yep, okay. My brain was like, see ya. Nope. Not doing that. So. $33 questions. You know, I might be done playing Aerial Gleam, but I might fuck around in Desmos for like 3 seconds. Because, I don't know. Guys, what should I do in Desmos? What shall we do? Yeah, I would say it's not very new viewer friendly, but I mean, I'm just, it's more for me to take, I guess, so I don't fucking care. Bro, I ain't holding you hostage. I ain't holding you hostage. Try to think of something really cursed to do. What if... Yeah, I don't know. I still think... Okay, I still can't get over the fact that the sum of all square numbers is... Or not square numbers. The sum of all odd numbers is always a perfect square. That's still so crazy to me. I know why it is the case, but it still doesn't change the fact that it's just really fucking cursed. Like... Oh, wait. Step 1. Like... Dude. Oh, I'm so dumb. Why did I just put a 1 there? That's so funny. I did not mean to do that. So is a B. Oh yeah, well, here. Go from 0. That was really funny. There we go. You get square numbers. See? Let me prove it. There. It's always a square number. Every time. Sine code. Oh yeah, why not? Let's do... Should I do... Okay, hear me out. Every trig function. Like a composition of every single trig function. How should we organize them? I suppose let's do it like this. Well, should we randomize? How should we do it? How should we do it? And when I say every trig function, I mean every trig function. All 24 of them. I'm trying to think here. Should we do like... Maybe, should we group it up maybe into like the sum? Oh, hold on. What if we did like... What if we did trig... Okay, the regular trig function, then we did its hyperbolic counterpart. No, it's inverse hyperbolic counterpart because we want to make sure nothing cancels out. Then we do its inverse regular thing, and then we finally do this. Oh god. Restricted domain much? Huh, I approximated it, guys. This is stupid. This is probably not gonna go very well. Wait, what if I put... It's a smiley face. Alright. Oh wait, hold on. Alright. I'm just gonna end. This is stupid. You can go to bed. So yeah,